welcome you to the show today. Obviously, we got some great music turned up tonight. Yo, I am loving it. I was jamming to it even before we came on the air today. And I'm just so excited to have the artists that sing, perform, wrote this song, Turned Up Tonight. I have Terri Green and I have Randy Hall on the show. Hi, guys. How are you guys doing?
Hey,
how are you? Yaya, Miss Yaya Diamond. How are you?
Hey, you guys, I love the song.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's why I still play it, because I like it.
Thank
you. So let's talk about you guys. Miss Terri, I know that you have had a transition from one kind of a genre of music to another. Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah, the transition from most knew me as Terri B, an electronic music artist. I was not lucky enough, like my girlfriends Robin S., Crystal Waters, and Ultra, to have that one hit to take you over the globe. So I had to make 90, and I have released over 1,000 dance singles. It included work with Avicii, David Guetta, Layback Luke, a lot of names to be said there in that. And it was really the number one record that took me to Spain, the top of the Spanish and Italian charts, that pushed me into the top, to the pop world. And I toured the whole world with that music. And it's still popular today for whatever reason. And I continue to release, with some of the big, I've released on all the biggest dance labels, Spinning, Defected, whatever. And then I met Randy Hall and Toddy Reed, my partner, and it was Torsten who was doing soul. We both found out we love Barry White, and he said, you might want to do something a little slower because you're going to get older. Maybe you don't want to do that. There was never one where I stopped doing dance, but I wanted to be more.
Wow. So dance music, it's like, okay, it's great music. It's all in the clubs and everything, but the switch, did you have any kind of like vocal training, or did you switch? Did you always have that? Because I know it's like a switch from one genre to another. Sometimes the fluctuations are different. Sometimes the way you say things, the phrasing is different. I mean, it can be like, it could be great and it could be challenging.
You are very educated about that, Ms. Diamond, because making records, you have to be a versatile chameleon. So when I did trance records and I did more progressive records, that requires a certain voice, tone, and texture to make it work on radio and in the clubs. And then house and soul came closer, soulful house, to what I actually grew up on. So that's much easier. But I was not trained when I started. I took lessons from Anna Taboon, who does right now Mary J, and she's doing Adele. I took lessons with her 10 years ago because I kept losing my voice in the club. So I was not trained. I was messing up, but I was popular. So later I figured out that I needed to get a real voice. And now my voice is completely different on the records I've done since the last couple of years.
That is so cool. I love it. And I think that people don't realize that, vocalists, no matter where you are in your career, you still need that guidance at least once in a while to kind of keep you, going. And like losing your voice is like losing your money. I mean, you can't really lose your voice if you're a vocalist.
You will lose your money.
Definitely. And Mr. Hall, tell me about your journey.
Hey, well, I guess my records have started back in the 1980s. I had a big smash hit record with a song called Jamie's a Girl, I've Been Watching You. And I was, my first producer was Ray Parker Jr. And from there, I had some more hit records. And then for a while, I took off for a while. I started working at Death Row Records. I also, going even further back than that, I was the producer and the writer for Miles Davis and a musician with him, and got to, play around the world and play in places like Carnegie Hall. I've done so much.
And we appreciate it. I appreciate both of you, coming from one genre to another, and then coming from the background that you're coming from, and then starting off like, boom. I mean, come on. Mr. Hall, you didn't just like, oh, I'm just gonna get in this thing and then I'm gonna, just get in. You get somebody
No,
that's not known. No, you jumped in like both feet.
yeah. Well, I mean, my journey is so deep. I mean, just all the people I performed and wrote with and played for and arranged for. I mean, from Diana Ross to Roberta Flack to Tupac to Snoop Dogg to I can't even think of all the people, all the jazz people like Dave Cobb. Just so many people in my life. I mean, my past has been pretty incredible, and my present right now is pretty incredible. Working with the beautiful and incredible Terri
You're gonna
Green.
make me cry.
That's right. And and I love it. I love the combination of what you guys have, and the chemistry is just amazing. I love that. I mean, you when you have two voices that blend so well, it's not always easy to blend with someone. I mean, when you guys came, to the realization that you were going to be doing this song together, how did this happen?
It was an accident. So I was in the studio, and I had already planned some other record for Terri Green, and I was in the studio in DC with the guy because I'm working on some solo R&B records with Face and Reggie Staggers. Face does Raheem Devon, and in the middle of that, he said, "I got a better track for you, Terri, a little layout." And I heard this one sound, do 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 do, and I said, "Oh, but maybe we can get Randy to play guitar on it because he also did the What's Going On cover with me in Europe, and we had a lot of success, which is booming in Japan right now, by the way."
Wow.
So I sent it over to Randy, and he was like, "Give me a couple days." And he took a couple days, and then he came back. He completely changed the chorus because I didn't like my chorus. Everybody said it kind of, this one Terri, right, but this ain't really, this is too close to song. I said, okay, I'm good. He sent it back, and we were in the studio, and I went, this cat, yeah, I think we got a record.
Oh, wow.
And Randy's one of the few males that I've worked with who really pushed me and gave me producer credit when I was completely building and putting projects together, fanatical about sound and mixing and bass and guitars. And so having him on a record, we had already been on a phone call for hours where he said, "You can do it. Stop thinking everybody else is better." I was in tears, and I was like, if this guy who did Miles Davis, who has, by the way, the same birthday as I do, thinks that I can make it, I'm going to pivot right now to R&B completely. And that's how
oh my gosh.
And it went number one back-to-back weeks in the UK. Every station they had, it pretty much topped. Indie soul stations here at top. And so now we're promoting it with you in this moment. But Randy Hall he's hot. He's just hot.
Oh, thank you.
And he's really
cry.
Yeah. He's pretty.
He's pretty. He said he's darker now. He says he's been out in the 110-degree weather.
He does, he's Chicago swag. So he got this Chicago swag. And then he turns around and then he looks like a doll. I love to look at him.
Chi-town.
I wish.
I was born in Chi-town. I was born in Chicago
really?
as well. Oh yeah, Chi-town girl.
What side? West side, south side?
Cook County. You know how I go. Everybody, 75% of everybody was born in Cook County Hospital. It's not called Cook County anymore, but yep. So yeah, I was born South Side. Wow.
Yeah, South Side with me too.
Oh, awesome. So man, I'm telling you, the both of you together have come up with this amazing song. Are you guys going to be doing more songs together?
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Yeah, I pray to God Randy keeps me in his circle. He is a Grammy nominated cat with so many. He has here go the list of artists. I'm gonna put it in order. Layla Hathaway, Lettucey. He's worked with all these women, and at the very bottom, I go, "Ooh, Terri Green, I'm in."
No.
Oh,
I can tell that Miles Davis would just love her voice because he loved singers in that who have her timbre. That really beautiful mid alto voice that she has. I think that her voice is really unique and exceptional.
Nice. Awesome. Listen to that. Miss Green, you're amazing.
Yeah.
But here's as well. I was a fan of Randy and I'm speaking German, English. I speak German. Sometimes my English stinks. I was a fan of Randy in the 80s, 84, 85, and I would never have imagined I've met so many people that I was admired. Randy was doing a performance on Soul Train, and I know I was watching that performance of I've been watching you. Is that the song,
Right.
Randy?
Yeah.
I've been watching you so long. I love that song. I say that to death. So Randy was already a star. Then I had the little Randy 16-year-old boyfriend. So you know how this went, Randy.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you know it. You know it. So
Yeah.
the one thing that I noticed that you guys both said, and I know there's a lot of people coming up after, after you guys and in the music industry, and they don't understand so much, but you said that he was the first person that ever gave you producer credits. What does that mean?
It meant more to me than singing a song. It's emotional too, because I was a kid wanting to be an A&R. I have pushed through so many people giving 100% energy to other people making it in this business. I thought it should not be a shallow business for women and young boys and kids and men to be afraid. Somebody should push you. So as a producer, you have that power to not only direct the music, direct the production, direct the direction of the product. You get to see it through till the end. That's just what I like doing from birth. I think my mom said. So when Randy said to me, "You're a really good producer, Terry," I said, "Damn, I never heard anybody tell me." Even when I have to write producer and don't talk about singer, they won't even mention it. So I know now that I have a pretty decent producer, and my goal is to work with names like Gladys Knight, Linda Clifford. I was on the phone this morning with a friend of hers. I want to work with those women who inspired us, Stephanie Mills. I just think that moment's coming. I can feel that the more we are powering through with this grown and sexy, unapologetic music, we will be able to take charts and radios by storm.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Going through and pushing through is amazing, and I love it. And Mr. Hall, thank you so much for doing that. I mean, again, there's a lot of people that don't give producer credits to the
Right.
artists that sing. They take all of that, and then they give you this like little cookie. Here's 2% of the song. Here's 33.33333.
Well, I think
Like,
I think that we probably had women who produced a lot of records from way back, but they didn't get the credit.
Right.
Because usually sitting in the producer seat is usually men, and they take the credit for everything. When a lot of times some of these records wouldn't have been hits if it wasn't for an incredible woman, producer, singer, writer who gave them all the hooks, gave them all tell what notes to sing, the lyrics. They've given production ideas. So how come they don't receive production credits? So it's just the way it is. It's everything that we all have to grow up a little bit and know it's not just men who do something. It's I'm just here I want everybody to get all the credit they deserve. And I think Terry's phenomenal. And I've heard a lot of her records, and I love, I love her ideas. I think they're fresh. And I'm like, hey, you're a producer, stand up, be a producer now, So, and she's doing that.
Wow, that is amazing. I love it. I love the credibility. I love you guys working together, and you have to do another song.
Oh yeah, we will.
Randy has an incredible record out right now because he's also a very established jazz artist, and he has a record. Right? Was Langley?
Langley Avenue.
Langley Avenue, which I prefer. But my favorite Randy Hall song from his more the jazz and the smooth jazz and is the what's my record, Randy? I play it every night. Take Me Home. No.
What? New Way of Love.
New way of love. Randy, what's crazy, and somebody, my writing partner mentioned, he said, how old is Randy? I said, I don't know, something grown and sexy. And he said, crazy, Randy sounds really young. And I said, he's kept up. Something about being out in Vegas, him, Babyface, all those cats out there, they keep it fresh. The After 7 record is bombastic. I pay attention to I love what even Men at Large are back. All these bands are back with phenomenal quality, and it's gonna give people a run for their money because
Yeah.
It is.
Kenny Lattimore is doing great too.
Oh my
Oh,
God, Kenny's
oh,
record,
come on.
Yeah.
Kenny's record.
Love
Um,
Kenny.
I played it in my play. I played that record the first day it came out, and I go, I want to hear this on the radio. We can't
Mhm.
just be about you as an
Yeah.
artist. We want to. We're none of us are teenagers, so we got to support each other.
Right.
There's a lady in the UK, Hill Street Soul, Miracle Thomas out of Maryland.
Oh yeah.
You, Candace, um, Candace Woodson? She's a
Yeah,
Yeah.
real
Canada. Yeah.
overseas American lady. You have
Yeah.
so many, and Michelle Brooks Thompson from the Voice of America. She's
Yeah.
she's number 30 right now in the gospel charts. We
Wow.
all your friends. We all fight and ride for each other. So I think
Well,
that's how you.
another thing we have to do is we have to fight for R&B music. Here in America, I just feel like they don't support R&B music like they should. But over in the UK, I mean, R&B music is still champion, and thank God
Yeah.
for the UK because of the UK, all of us are still existing, and
Yeah.
so I thank all those presenters over there and the stations that supported us. And last week I heard a statement that P Diddy said that R&B was dead, and I like what Usher said about that. He rebutted that. He says, "Well, think about it." He said, "P Diddy, you made if it wasn't for R&B music, you wouldn't have had the hip hop songs that you got because most of those songs are based off of R&B samples." And still today, all the rappers are using R&B samples. I mean, it's like you can't get away from R&B. So I don't think R&B will ever be dead. Some
No.
of the artists will pass on, just like some of the hip hop artists have passed on. But the music itself is gold. It is our heritage. So let's quit saying that R&B is dead. R&B is still
No.
alive. We have incredible artists. We got thank God to the stations that still play R&B music, and I think it'll be alive just as long as we want it, as long as we're alive.
That's right. I agree with you. R&B music cannot and will not ever go away. Will not ever. And they will still be using samples from R&B music.
That's right.
Hello.
And that was one of the interesting things in house music, especially with electronic music. They would use Earth, Wind, and Fire, and they would send it to me, go, Terry, put some vocals on it, or write a hook. That's how they operate. And I'd say, have you cleared this with Maurice White? Because that's his vocal, and that's his music. And they'd be like, who's that? I even had people say, who's Janet Jackson? And I was so angry. They were like, Terry, don't get so out of pocket. I'm out of pocket because she's one of the best. If she is either the or the number 2 best-selling female pop artist in the history of music. So if you're in the music business and you don't know that, go do your homework.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Stop saying you've never heard of Gladys Knight. Stop it. Just stop.
Oh,
and if
yeah.
you do, we don't roll. We're like, I cannot.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I just saw an interview of her on Sway's show. And, I know that Miss Knight, she's been here since the early Motown days. And she's still just as youthful and just as beautiful. And it just touched my heart to see her,
I love her.
And
I love
one
her.
thing we have to quit doing is throwing away our heritage. I mean, just like one of my friends, he kind of checked me on this. I was like, because sometimes I call it old school music, old school. And he said, hey, man, quit calling R&B old school music. He said, in rock music, they never say old school rock music. They say classic rock. And he says, in our music, it's classic. So instead of saying old school R&B, say classic R&B, And I think that's something we have to think about is that, because we, like even blues music, you can go to a blues show and 90% of it will be, be white people there and maybe 5% black. And it's because we need to support, the good stuff that comes from us, and give it credit. And because this is gold. Everybody takes from it,
Yeah. And that's a part of our job too as musicians. if I'm with younger musicians, they're going to have to learn something while we're together. And it's funny, it may take like 1 or 2 years, and then suddenly they'll be taking lessons. They'll be telling me who artists are, and I'm like, okay, then my education is complete. You can't just be in this business. I don't expect someone not in the music business to know. But if you're talking about I want to be a pop star, I guarantee you Britney Spears knows who Gladys Knight is. I guarantee you Justin Timberlake knows who
Right.
Michael Cox is, who's a songwriter. They just do know. So do your homework because you want to compare to Ariana Grande. She knows all the lyrics to every Motown song. So
Oh, yeah.
it's what we do is one genre. Doesn't mean your knowledge has to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. Wow. Wow. Well, guys, man, I tell you what, I'm waiting for the music video.
Oh yeah, we got to do that. Yeah.
I'm
gotta
waiting
do
for
it.
the music video. I got the song. I got it liked and all that on YouTube. Got it. I got the
Right.
song. I'm playing it on my radio station. But now I want to see you guys do the music video. Even if you do
Yeah.
it like what was it? Ronald was McDonald and Patti LaBelle. They were on two different coasts and they still
Yep.
did the music video. Remember that?
Yep.
On my own. Wasn't that on my own?
It was on my own.
Yeah.
And
On my own.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Now see, I go
we
back
need
to
to
it.
be, me and Terry need to be stepping to our song. You know.
he won't
Yeah.
get it in. I told him I
Doing the
can't.
step,
sing it.
babe. Come on, Terry.
I told him, I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta, and I'm the worst because when they have to do organized stuff, my feet don't. It doesn't work. It just doesn't. They're kind of glad that I'm in Europe, so they can just forget about that. I could twerk and stuff like that. You just asked me to do some little hot and greasy stuff. I got you. Randy and I were invited to Houston. We actually can't make that date together, but it was going to be all the Lattimores and Stokes and this and that, and so I think you're going to see us together anyway soon in some live events. And my goal is next year to have us together with the live band. The NWO Horns supported us on this record. Lenny Harris, Gilbert Pryor, and the late Wando Brown were on this, and we have so much love for the people that supported the record. Joe Briz over in Australia mixed it for us, and Toddy Reed over in Hamburg, helped us arrange it and also wrote the song and co-produced it with us. So yeah, just
definitely.
It's all about sharing. I just didn't expect this record to be doing all this. It's going kind of nuts right now.
Yeah,
That's
I
okay.
did.
Let it. Hey.
I
You guys-
did.
He knew. Randy,
Uh-huh.
Mr. Hall.
Randy said it to me, but I was completely. I was like, you think?
Yeah.
Randy, it's kind of slow. I'm used to tick, 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 tick. But I'm happy. I'm blessed to be America, having music that's running on radio. It's a dream of mine for 30 years. So this year in 2021, it came to fruition that I was being played on urban radio.
Mm,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
that's right. That's
And
right.
you know,
wanna
we
keep you here.
also appreciate that we're on the Yaya Diamond show. Okay.
Yeah,
That's what's
I can't
happening
wait
right
for
now.
this little clip.
All right. I
Well,
like
I'm
that
appreciative.
diamond. There you go.
I
Thank
like
you,
that
guys.
name, Yaya Diamond.
Thank you guys so much for being on the show. I appreciate it. And I appreciate your knowledge. A lot of people come on the show and it's just like, I love the knowledge and the background and then the journey towards the success that you guys have had and are going to have in the future. You're going to have so many more songs in the United States, Miss Green. Just wait, okay?
Right.
Yes.
I wanted to say one important thing just to
Yes.
artists of our age, the grown and sexy.
Mhm.
In German, we say sexy Erwachsene. I want to say, if you're an artist and you're active, do your social media. Randy and I, we don't miss a like, we don't miss a click. Instagram, Facebook, you should at least
Yeah.
have. Your YouTube channel should be some kind of active. It's important that we not assume that's for the kids because all of us are coming into Spotify. Most people know how to stream now. So my advice, because I know that people like Bay Bright and Reggie Myrix and Noel Jordine and all these guys, they're really good on their social media. So I think that's just some tip that don't sleep on that you got to do it.
Right. You got to do it. Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Miss Green, for that. You guys heard it. It's turned up tonight. You guys can get that on all the streaming platforms. You can also get it on YayaDiamondMusic.com or YayaDiamondRadio.com. I am so thankful. Thank you guys so much for being on the show. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you. Much love. Our promoter in the UK, who is under the weather, has been ailing in the hospital. Steve Ripley, thank you for helping me get started when you told me that it would take a few years. And I was like, what? And now we're still rolling. So get well soon, man. We love you.
Hey, don't forget Vera Gregorian.
Miss Vera.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to dare to be different and keep that social media going, guys. Until next time. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, Yaya.
Thank you.
Yeah.